Okay, hey everyone. I know it's been a long time since I have made a follow-up video. My life has changed quite a bit. Anyway, when I first made my first two CMP prep videos, I was employed at a small private university. I was an event manager and student affairs manager, and my main role was essentially like lower level, mid level administrative. I got to plan a lot of really cool events and work with a lot of great students. Anyway, an opportunity opened up at a different university where I teach hospitality and tourism based in an event planning and event management mindset. So I get to share what I know, what I love with everybody. Well, not that many people yet, but as the years go on, more and more folks. So all that to say is, in the middle of studying, my life changed so much that I forgot to study. I forgot about the CMP altogether. I was really focused on lesson building, um, you know, testing students, doing my own personal research on film festivals and music fests, and so I just put it on the back burner. So probably second week of May, maybe third week of May, I thought to myself, oh, you know what? I remember I paid the initial fees to sit for the CMP exam. I'm sure I'll run out, like the clock will run out in August. So I better start studying again and preparing myself for this exam. Now, when I say the clock will run out, when you register for your CMP and you get approved to take it by the Event Industries Council, you have 1 calendar year from the date that you're accepted to take that exam. Otherwise, at that point, you have to repay the fee for them to look at your continuing education credits. So I was like, cool, I've got a couple months. I'll start really like buckling down, really studying. Okay, so anyway, when I logged into my account just to verify what was the exact date, I figured out that I had registered for the CMP exam June 1st, 2023. So I basically had about 2-ish weeks to study for it. June 1st either fell on a Sunday or Saturday, so I went ahead and planned the test for the 31st of May, which was a Friday. Um, and so I had to get together and start, studying pretty hardcore. Now, I still follow the same study methods. I used Pocket Prep and the meeting protocol, their study packet. I tried to use the PCMA textbook, but my downloaded copy stopped opening, so maybe the files just got corrupted or something on there. And then the EIC manual, there's supposed to be a PDF copy that you can purchase, but the Events Industry Council doesn't have the PDF version for sale anymore. To be fair, someone probably shared it with folks, and they were like, "Look, it's a PDF file. It's easy to take away the licensing off this, so it's better bet for us to sell you like a physical copy of the book." But I just didn't have enough time for that book to get in town, so I didn't do any of the reading. But I will say this with a caveat: a lot of the classes I teach are event planning and convention planning classes, so I have become pretty familiar with the terminology and that sort of thing over the last a year, like the fall semester and the spring semester, just in my teaching. But I really dialed in on the pocket prep and on meeting protocol. There's plenty of practice tests there, and there's like some PowerPoint slide decks, and you always have the audio files and the video files. So all the which really helped me, and it allowed me to fast track my study and kind of hone in on the where I was lacking skills and not worry so much about the stuff that I really had down pat. So, long story short, I passed. Congrats to me, right? I would have been pretty disappointed if testing fees and study guides and all that. I think I spent probably $1,100, $1,200 on that. So, would have been pretty bummed if I didn't pass. But I did pass, and I am a CMP now. Um, Testing day, I did the at-home testing, and sorry, I'm looking at my phone. I did the at-home testing. Um, through Prometric, which was good and bad. it took a while to get started on the test because they make you, show the room, the table, make sure you don't have your phone on or your phone, you know what I mean, just to make sure that you can't cheat. Well, after I went through this process that took about 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, whatever, um, my screen froze, and then there was another person and on screen walking me through that process again. So it took an extra long time to even get started with the test. Um, but once I got into the test, it was pretty straightforward. I didn't have uh, any accounting math questions. I did have some measurements of rooms, um, measurements of tables, that kind of stuff that you would use for uh, for your event planning. So make sure you kind of know all that. I had a lot of legal questions. Now, side note, I do have a law degree, so the legal questions were pretty easy for me. But if you don't know a lot about like legal issues and with event planning and event management, I would definitely dial in on that. Now, I will say this: with Pocket Prep and with the meeting protocol study guides, there were a handful of questions that were word for word on my version of the CMP. This might not happen for y'all, but it did happen for me. And I think both of those study guides, or those study sources rather, are super dialed in. Pocket Prep has this new thing where it's kind of like predictive studying, and so as you take a bunch of test questions, it can it can show you what you're better in and what you're worse in, and you can adjust it to where it gives you more questions that are going to help you learn the material more. So, with Pocket Prep, it's going to cost you $20 a month. There is a free version, and you do get a decent amount of questions for free. So at the very least, do the free version. But I recommend going ahead and spending that $20 a month for it. Um, it really helped me out, and I think it'll help you out. Meeting Protocol, they've got 3 packages. I think just the study material, I might be off on prices, so double check this. I don't work for them, so I can't guarantee their prices. But for $199, that's about $200. Uh, you get all the materials. For $299, you get all the materials, plus you can email the instructors with meeting protocol if you have questions. And then for $399, which is about $400, I believe, you get everything that I've already stated. Plus, you can have multiple one-on-one chats via email, phone, or video chat with the creator of the study guides, Ed Byers. So, I think you get a lot of value there, uh, just to help you get your CMPs. Now, don't get me wrong, everything costs money. Uh, Registering for the CMP costs money. There are some continuing education credits out there that aren't free, but there are plenty that are free. There's 2 or 3 credit hours you can get for meeting protocol for free. Skift or Script meetings, I forget what the word is. They have plenty of like free CEs you can watch. Um, and then there's other study guides and study programs. I can't speak to them because I didn't use them. I'm sure they're great. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure the study groups are great. Um, so, but again, I didn't use those. I used Pocket Prep and Meeting Protocol. Um, there is a full length practice test in the members area of Meeting Protocol, and it's a pretty hard test. I actually felt it was harder than the actual CMP. So keep that in mind. You do have like really high level study materials that you can use with them. Um, other than that, sorry that it took me so long to take the exam, and I didn't do a year of studying. I just did a couple weeks, but it worked out for me. It may not work out for you, so you guys know yourselves. Um, if you're new to the meeting planning industry, I would recommend at least renting one of the textbooks. Uh, and here's the thing: so the PCMA textbook and the EIC manual both essentially have the same material. It's just kind of set up different. So one might be better for you. Like the EIC manual is more of a technical manual, and it reads that way. The PCMA textbook, it reads like a textbook, but they don't have like study questions or anything really at the end of the chapters. So it's hard to do like study checks. There's also an EIC glossary. I think that if you buy it, it's 13 or 14 bucks. Also, it's also free on EIC's website. Just look for the glossary in their search bar on their website, and it'll pull it right up for you. Um, Other than that, if you end up taking it and you fail it, hey y'all, no sweat, just take it again. But I think if you focus in on at least giving the textbooks one or two read throughs, and then using meeting protocol with Pocket Prep, I think you guys will have no trouble with it. If you have any questions, hit me on LinkedIn, Withrow Newell on LinkedIn. I guess I'll put that in the show notes. And good luck on your exams.